Welcome to the Kdf Friday Bulletin. I am Sergeant Patience Asambu. The Bulletin is a show to keep you updated on events undertaken by the Ministry of Defense over the week. And in our highlights tonight, Honorable Aden Duale appears before Parliament on Kenya Space Agency. The National Defense University Kenya holds 6th Regular Council meeting. Understanding autonomous weapons in an era of geopolitical competition. Catholic faithfuls observe the Lent season at the Defense Headquarters. Strengthening Kenya and Denmark Maritime Cooperation. And in sports, Kenya Air Force and Kenya Navy nurture talents ahead of Chief of Defense Forces Bora Cup Challenge. To start us off, Honorable Aden Duale, the Cabinet Secretary for Defense, earlier this week reiterated the commitment of the Ministry of Defense to ensure the Kenya Space Agency is fully operational and is equipped with the requisite personnel to facilitate effective and efficient operations at the agency as it undertakes its mandate of promoting, coordinating, and regulating space-related activities in the country. Honorable Duale made the remarks at the Parliament buildings when he appeared before the National Assembly Public Investment Committee on Governance and Education to respond to the questions raised by the members of Parliament. Take a look.
The Cabinet Secretary informed the committee, chaired by Honorable Jack Wamboka, Bomula Member of Parliament, that Kenya Space Agency has obtained the necessary approval from the Salaries and Remuneration Commission and the State Cooperation Advisory Committee on developing human resource instruments, job evaluation grading, career progression guidelines, and the human resource policy. However, the Cabinet Secretary noted that the agency has continued to experience budgetary constraints to execute the recommendations. The Cabinet Secretary further disclosed that the National Treasury has already requested the Kenya Space Agency provide a comprehensive proposal on a phased implementation of approved salary and remuneration structure, which the agency is working on. Honorable Duale reaffirmed the aspiration of the Ministry of Defense leadership to ensure that Kenya Space Agency becomes a fully fledged government parastatal due to its special role in contributing to the social-economic development of our country by providing critical data necessary for strategic decision-making.
Moving on, Honorable Aden Duale, the Cabinet Secretary for Defense, and His Excellency Stephen Schonman, the Ambassador of the Kingdom of Denmark to Kenya, signed an implementing partner agreement on maritime cooperation at the Defense Headquarters here in Nairobi. The agreement is set to run between this year, 2024, and 2026, enabling the two countries to partner in combating maritime threats, including piracy, terrorism, and violent extremism.
During the signing of the agreement, Honorable Duale noted that Kenya continues to invest in critical infrastructure to enhance maritime security, thereby creating an enabling environment for trade and commerce, not only for our country, but also for other neighboring countries who rely on Kenya's seaport. The Cabinet Secretary also thanked the Kingdom of Denmark for the enormous support given to Kenya in training and educational programs at the International Peace Support Training Center through the Humanitarian Peace Support School in Embakasi, Nairobi County. The leaders explored other areas of possible future cooperation, including cybersecurity, which they said are of mutual benefit to the citizens of the two states.
The National Defense University Kenya held its 6th regular council meeting today at the International Peace Support Training Center in Karen, Nairobi. During the meeting, the Chief of Defense Forces, who is also the chairman of the National Defense University Kenya Council, General Francis Ogola, noted that the university continues to execute its mandate through innovative academic programs and cutting-edge research initiatives. He urged the Vice Chancellor and his staff to ensure that they continue to impart knowledge and skills to the student body that will equip them with the necessary tools to address the dynamic challenges of time. Take a look.
The CDF reiterated the Council's role in providing policy guidance and strategy to ensure that service delivery aligns with the highest standards of quality and efficiency, driven by a strong human resource capacity dedicated to fulfilling the university's mandate. In the same breath, Major General Said Farah, the Vice Chancellor of National Defense University Kenya, informed the Council that, following the university's entry into a performance contract with the government for the first time, the university has upheld its performance commitment and has met the performance targets set in the contract for the last 2 quarters. The university continues to make good progress in academics, research and innovation, collaboration, as well as in finance and administration.
Professor Thomas Simpson, an associate professor of philosophy and public policy from the Blavatnik School of Government, Oxford University in the United Kingdom, delivered a lecture on autonomous weapons in an era of geopolitical competition and ethical questions around artificial intelligence to the National Defense University, Kenya, at the National Defense College in Karen, Nairobi. In his presentation, Professor Thomas shed light on the ethical implications surrounding technological marvels. Starring debate and introspection, the lecture aptly explored the intricate balance between technological innovation and moral responsibility.
The lecture began with an overview of escalating presence of autonomous systems in various fields, ranging from military applications to healthcare and transportation. Professor Thomas emphasized that while the advent of such technology offers undeniable benefits, the ethical consequences of granting machines the ability to make life or death decisions are significant and cannot be overlooked. To set the stage for the discussion, the professor discerningly defined what constitutes killer robots. Drawing upon international definitions, the lecture introduced the concept of fully autonomous weapon system capable of independently selecting and engaging targets with no human interventions in the critical decision-making process. The lecture further delved into ethical consideration engendered by the development and deployment of killer robots. He urged the audience to reflect on the balance between military advantage and the value of human life, emphasizing the core ethical principles of justice, dignity, and the right to life.
Kenya Defense Forces faithfuls at the Defense Headquarters joined the Christian community around the world in observing Ash Wednesday, a day that marks the start of the 40-day Lent season. Congregated at St. Peter and Paul Catholic Church, Lieutenant Colonel Father John Joy, the Apostolic Administrator of the Military Ordinariate of Kenya, led general officers, senior officers, service members and their families in commemorating the start of the Lent period. He encouraged the faithful to observe the 40 days with utmost humility, repentance, and care for one another as an expression of love. The Lent annual commemoration prepares Christians through prayers, repentance, giving alms, and self-denial. The event is linked to the Passion of Christ and the celebration of His resurrection. It is also in this liturgical period that the new converts are baptized on Easter.
Let us, each and every one of us, think of a particular end in mind. What is the expectation? At the end of the 40 days, what shall I have achieved for myself, for my family, for the place in which I work, and maybe also for God Himself?
Still on spiritual matters, the Metropolitan Catholic Tribunal, which comprises representatives from the Archdiocese of Nairobi, Ngong, Machakos, Wote, Kitui, Nakuru, and Kericho, earlier this week hosted their annual meeting at the Defense Headquarters in Nairobi. The Archbishop of the Ngong Diocese was received by Major General David Keter, the Assistant Chief of Defense Forces in charge of personnel and logistics, who expressed gratitude to the Military Ordinariate on behalf of the Kenya Defense Forces fraternity and acknowledged the unique role that they play in the community, which embodies discipline. Senior Joint Command and Staff Course participants and staff from the Joint Command and Staff College in Karen earlier this week visited the Kenya Air Force headquarters here in Nairobi. The visit was aimed at acquainting the participants drawn from the 3 services of the Kenya Defense Forces with the organization functions, roles and capabilities of Kenya Air Force in executing the mandate of safeguarding the Kenya airspace. The participants, led by Brigadier Faustin Lobale, the Deputy Commandant at the college, also paid a courtesy call to Major General John Omenda, the Commander, Kenya Air Force, who who welcomed them, emphasizing the significance of the visit in performing future staff duties. Brigadier Samuel Kipkorir, the base commander at Moi Air Base, presided over the official opening of the Moi Air Base Safety Awareness Week here in Nairobi. The Base Safety Awareness Week is an annual program held to enlighten service personnel on the importance of developing a safety culture to eliminate hazards and risks in their place of work and day-to-day life. In his opening remarks, Brigadier Kipkorir stressed the importance of learning from previous accidents to prevent a recurrence. Additionally, Major Patrick Ngatia, the base safety officer, said that human factors leading to accidents, road safety, base security, firefighting, drug misuse and abuse, as well as crash and rescue evacuation preparedness are key in ensuring everyone's safety. Honorable Aden Duale, the Cabinet Secretary for Defense, hosted Mr. Marcel de Vink, the Vice Minister and Director General for Political Affairs of the Kingdom of Netherlands, who paid him a courtesy call here at the Defense Headquarters in Nairobi. The two leaders held bilateral discussions where the CS noted that the Netherlands and Kenya enjoy warm, cordial relations spanning many years, which continue to broaden strategic collaborations in various sectors, among them shipbuilding technologies.
The Netherlands has been a strategic and indispensable partner to Kenya by supporting training at the International Peace Support Training Center in Karen, Nairobi, despite there being no formal framework of cooperation in the defense domain between the two states. The CS revealed that efforts to have a defense cooperation agreement are at an advanced stage, adding that once approved and ratified, the framework shall enable the two countries to engage more in military training, maritime security, research and development, and military exchange, among others. The CS added that through MS Domain Company, which is based in the Netherlands, Kenya is keen to tap into shipbuilding skills and expertise to not only enhance maritime security, but also leverage the fortunes of the blue economy.
Kenya Defense Forces troops deployed under the African Union Transition Mission in Somalia at Beleskokani Forward Operating Base participated in various community engagements with the area residents. This was in a bid to cement close working relations with the locals in the region. In the conduct of the civil-military cooperation, widows in the town were supported with a means of livelihood, including livestock for rearing, as well as learning materials to the local administration and school management of Beleskokani Primary School. Thereafter, the troops held a peace football match that brought Beleskokani town to a standstill in the extended celebrations after the local football club won against the ATMIS team. In the same spirit of enhancing relations with the local communities, Kenya Defense Forces troops based at Bura Forward Operating Base under Operation Amani Boni engaged the local administrative leadership together with the community from the area. During the engagement, the troops proceeded to donate assorted food items and availed clean drinking water to the citizenry across Mansabubu location in Fafi sub-county within Garissa County. The cultivation of cordial relations between residents and the security forces is vital in the journey towards peace. On matters health, the Ministry of Defense, through the Department of Human Resource Management and Development, conducted a two-day induction for the newly recruited specialized nurses deployed at the defense hospitals. The induction held in Naivasha also targeted supply chain management officers who were recently posted to the ministry. The workshop, spearheaded by Dr. Lilian Zavi, the Director of Human Resource Management and Development, aimed to inform and educate the staff on the guiding principles and foundations that guide and govern staff at the Ministry of Defense.
We are opening at the
Speaking at the opening of the induction, Dr. Nzavi congratulated the staff for securing opportunity to serve the ministry and warmly welcomed them to the defense family. She went ahead to highlight the uniqueness of the ministry and urged the staff to exercise patience, flexibility and commitment while on their day-to-day duties. The director emphasized the importance of synergy between the KDF and civilian staff to achieve the ministry's core mandate of defending and protecting the sovereignty and territorial integrity of the Republic of Kenya. The induction also focuses on laying a proper foundation for the new staff as they embark on their work that will contribute to the provision of support to the Kenya Defence Forces as they serve the nation.
And in sports, Colonel Tobias Vigisa, the base commander helicopter wing, presided over the opening of the inter-wings competition at Sina Makosa grounds at Moi Air Base in Nairobi. The week-long football tournament is aimed at identifying and nurturing talents and selecting the Moi Air Base team for the forthcoming Chief of Defence Forces Bora Cup Challenge. During the first day of the tournament, 3 matches were played. This was between the headquarters wing and Central Supply Depot, which ended 1-0 in favor of the latter. The second game saw the technical wing beat the Kenya Air Force training wing 1-0. In the ladies' match, headquarters wing beat technical maintenance unit 2-0. Brigadier Peter Chalimo, Commander Kenya Navy Base Mutongwe, officially presided over the closing ceremony of a 3-day inter-units football tournament held at Lieutenant Colonel Kimaru Stadium at the Kenya Navy headquarters. The tournament, whose main aim was selecting the team that will represent Kenya Navy in the forthcoming Chief of Defence Forces Bora Cup, so different teams from the Kenya Navy formations participate in the first football sports edition for the year 2024. In the male category, the clash between Kenya Navy base Manda and Kenya Navy Fleet was poised to be a showcase of football prowess, where Kenya Navy Fleet emerged the winners after scoring 4-0. In the ladies' finals, Kenya Navy Fleet played against Kenya Navy base Mtongwe, where Kenya Navy base Mtongwe emerged victorious with 1-0 against their counterparts. Thank you for watching. We look forward to your feedback via our official social media handles and your viewership next Friday for the Kdf Friday Bulletin. I am Student Patience Asambu. Goodbye.